Awesome. So, like I already mentioned, we're going to be working on around the knee today. So this should help kind of any tightness that we have in the front of the knee in squatting, in lunging, especially if we're doing things like overhead squats and front squats, which naturally push our knee a little bit more forward. This may also alleviate some knee pain that we may have. So whenever we have tightness in the knee, we always try and work on the tissues around the knee. Usually it's coming from other areas that end up pulling on the kneecap that causes the pain. So today we're going to be working into our calves, our hamstrings, the muscles around the top of the kneecap, and then we're going to finish on, I call it gap and smash, which will be one using the mod ball to kind of get into the, if you can, the calf and the knee or hamstring at the top. Then also by jamming something between this knee here and putting our heel to the bum, it also starts to create some gapping or space within the kneecap. So as we've mobilized, as we've stretched and the knee goes back into good position, it should also create some more space in the joint. So that's what we're going to be working through today. Our quick test, we're going to alternate between a couple of air squats, just trying to see how that knee feels in the bottom of the squat. We're also going to go into our lunge knee test that we would normally do against the wall. But today we're not testing how far our knee goes to the wall. It's more just about seeing where we're feeling tightness around the knee. So what they will look like will be standing up. We'll go into the air squat at the bottom. Just have a little shift from side to side, see if anywhere's feeling particularly tight, especially around and the knee, especially around the inside of the knee here. We'll then go into this lunge position, and like we would do if we had the wall in front, just going to push the knee forward. See if you feel any tightness. You might feel a bit of tightness in the calf, which could be coming up. You might find a little bit more tension on the top of the kneecap here. But I just want you to be a bit wary of where you're feeling tightness, where you feel like it could be pulling up into the kneecap. So first off, I want everyone to jump up. So I want you to hit the air squat first. So it's going to go down to that bottom position. Maybe do a few air squats. Start us off. Again, you're trying to be a little bit wary of where you might be feeling a bit of tightness. Go down to the bottom, just rock from side to side. And then I want you to go into your lunge position each side. Push that knee forward. Move it from side to side. Just come forward and back a few times. So already for me, I'm feeling tightness coming up the back of the calf. I thought it would be more around the knee, but I'm feeling it around the back of the leg. And the other side. Rock forward, rock back. Move the knee from side to side. And funnily enough, on this side for me, I'm not really feeling as much tightness. And I get knee pain on the right side. So I wonder for me if it's coming up around the back of the leg. So that's just something to be wary of as well. If you're getting tightness on one side, that could be the issue why we're getting a bit of pain on one side compared to the other. Warm-ups today is going to be our Tabata 4-minute workout. We're going to go reverse lunges. We're going to go alternate leg good mornings, calf raises, and then heel walking on the spot. So let me show you those. So for the reverse lunge, see my pumpkins up on my thing here? Pumpkin lights. Halloween. Okay, so reverse lunges, just going to be taking a step back, taking the knee to the floor, nice and slow. And then standing back up to the top again. For the alternate leg good mornings, we're just going to place one foot in front of the other, hands on the chest. You're going to push the bum back, and I want you to feel the stretch down the back of the hamstring. And then you'll change feet, one in front of the other again. I'm just going to alternate for our good morning position, keeping our back as straight as possible. When we go on to our calf raises, I'm going to do alternate calf raises. I'm going to bend one knee, and then I'm going to switch, like we're pedaling. on the spot. And then lastly, for our heel walking, we lift the toes up, and we're just going to walk on our heels on spot as well, like zombie Halloween. Okay, cool. So I'll get timer. You guys jump on your feet. Okay, we'll do 4 minutes, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. I'm going to alternate through. Starting with a reverse lunge in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So just take a step back, knee to the floor, and I'm just going to alternate. So nice and steady, just getting the body warm. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Next one, go into our alternate leg good mornings. So one foot in front of the other, front leg straight, hands across the chest, lean forward, feel the stretch in the hamstring, and then switch. So front leg is always straight. Keeping the back as straight as we can as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to go into our alternate calf raises. So that's just going to be our cycling on the spot. 2, 1, let's go. Yeah, you can use the arm movements as well, like Dieter. Very nice. You can pretend you're on a bike if you like. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds, and then we're going to walk on the heels next. So I'm going to pull the toes up. We're just going to try and balance on the heel. I'm going to march from side to side. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I know this one feels funny. Hopefully there's no one watching you as you do this, apart from me. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So back to the reverse lunge. 2, 1, let's go. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Into our alternate good mornings. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Front leg straight. Keeping the back as flat as possible as well. Three, 2, 1. Back to the pedaling. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So bringing that one foot as high up onto the toes as we can. Where's your arms, Dieter? There you go, that's better. 2, 1. And then lastly on the heels again. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So just march on the heel, try and stay on the heel as much as we can. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so we're going to start off with our calf smash and floss first. So let me grab my tools. So your choice, depending what you have at home. You can use your roller, you can use the small ball, the big ball, the double ball. Totally up to you, whatever you want to use. And we're going to place our roller or our ball or our big ball underneath our calf. So I'm going to work one leg at a time. We're going to do 2 minutes each side. What we're going to focus on is pressure waving up and down. We can pressure wave from side to side across the calf as well. We can add some flossing into here. So if you find a tight spot, we can start moving our foot around. If you want to increase the pressure, we can put one leg on top of the other. We can lift our hips off the floor as well. Go looking for any tight knots or areas that you have. And if you want to do the contract and relax, we can also do the contract and relax as well. So you place one foot on top of the other, lift your hips up slightly, get a big amount of pressure in the calf. Take a big deep breath in, squeeze the calf as much as you can. Then as you breathe out, you're going to try and relax all the weight on the ball. So all the different movements we can hit, pressure wave up and down, pressure wave side to side, flossing the joint by moving the foot around, turning one leg to the other, or doing the contract and relax. So your choice, roller, balls, whatever you have at hand. And put 2 minutes on the clock, and we're going to do right side first. Or left side, doesn't matter. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so the ball or the roller underneath. Go searching for any tight areas. Some people might be tight on the inside of the calf. Some people, like me, a little bit tight on the outside of the calf. Work the areas that feel tight. Pressure wave up and down, find that tight area. Then we can pressure wave from side to side. You can move the foot around as well if you find a tight spot or a knot. So you can turn the foot forward and backwards, side to side, in circles. Again, you can contract and relax. You can add more pressure or weight by putting one foot on top of the other. If these are really tight, you don't have to move at all. You can just find a tight spot and just try and relax on that area until it starts to ease off. Okay, so that's just over 1 minute in. Try up by the top of the calf as well, so where it connects into the knee. A lot of people tend to spend a lot of time around the bottom, but as we're trying to loosen off the knees, make sure we're getting right up into the top of the calf as well. Right behind that kneecap. Again, side to side, pressure waves, turning the foot, moving the foot around. If you find a knot, it might feel like you've got a marble under the skin, it's just flicking over. I found one right at the top where my kneecap is. 3, 2, 1, switch legs. Again, start at the bottom, start working your way up to where the kneecap is. Get side to side. This is where I feel it the most when I pressure away from side to side. I think one time, Paul, when I do this, these are recorded videos. I think you should just have it on not mute, and then we'll start like a whole like 40 minutes of your pain faces. Okay, start working the way up the leg, start getting closer and closer to that knee, into the thick bit of the calf at the top. Getting close behind that kneecap now. That's it, start moving the foot around too, see if that is tight or you can feel any difference there. Yeah, so whenever you smash the calves, never forget the top of the calf as well, or behind the knee. I found a really, really tight spot right at the top here, and that could be pulling on the kneecap. Okay, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So next we're going to work up into the hamstring. If you have a chair at hand, you can do this on a chair. If not, you can do this seated as well. So if you're doing it seated, like we would with the calf, we take it up underneath the hamstring at the top, lift our ball, and then we can pressure wave up and down, side to side. Again, working our way down to where the knee is. You can also do this on a chair as well. So this can be, again, with a roller or a ball. Ball or roller goes underneath the leg. We can pressure wave up and down. We can pressure wave side to side. Good thing with the chair, we can also extend and flex the leg as well. So your choice, on the floor or on a chair. Same again, we're going to do 2 minutes each side. Starting now. So again, you can do this with the roller, you can do this with the ball. You can roll the back of the leg, you can extend, you can turn your foot from side to side, you can try and get onto the inside of the hamstring, you can try and get on the outside of the hamstring. You can, if you're working on a chair or even on the floor, you can extend and straighten the leg. Again here, don't forget to work close to the knee, because this is like our main area that we're trying to work on today. So around the top of the kneecap and working up into that bottom part of the hamstring. Pressure away from side to side. If you find a particularly tight spot, we can do our contract and relax. So again, that will be resting as much weight onto the ball as possible. Big deep breath in. Squeeze or tense the hamstring. Hold for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then breathe out. And then try and sink your weight into the roller a little bit more, or the ball, or whatever object you are using. We've got about 30 seconds left on this side. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. I'm going to do this one on the floor. So again, if you're doing this on the floor, you can turn your leg to the inside. You can try and roll the inside of the hamstrings. You can turn your foot to the outside. Try and work on the outside of those hamstrings. You can add more pressure by taking a leg across. Again, you can move the foot around. If you work on the outside, you can bend and straighten the leg a little bit. Same on the inside. Again, get it nice and close to the kneecap. Work your way up. Lift the hips off the floor if you want to get into the roll or the ball a little bit more. Again, go chasing any areas that feel tight. We can just try and relax on that spot. Five, four, three, two, one, and relax. Okay, so next we're going to work into our patella smash. So you can do this with a ball. Again, you can do this with a roller. We're going to be lying on our front for this. Our target area is going to be this muscle or muscles and ligaments that come across the top of the knee. So I'll show you with a roller. We're going to lie on the roller just above the kneecap. Here we're going to do little pressure waves. So we're thinking about an inch up and down. But our main focus is going to be running across the top of the kneecap all the way to the other side. So it's from the left to the right and then from the right to the left. And then we can also add some flossing in here too. So if you find a particularly tight spot, we can pull the heel to the bum, straighten the leg, and then back, rotate in a little bit, heel to the bum and back. But our main line of focus is just above the kneecap. So use the kneecap as your point to follow. Come from the inside, rotate over onto the outside. So again, 2 minutes each side. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. You can do this with a ball as well if you have a ball. Ooh, or a double ball, that'll work well. So eye on the front, roll into the inside, roll into the outside. See if there's any area that feels particularly tight. For me, I'm particularly tight on the outside of the knee. It might be different for you. Again, small little pressure waves up and down as you rotate as well. From side to side. Again, we can start pulling the heel to the bum and then straightening the leg if you feel anywhere particularly tight here. Go from side to side with a straight leg. Go from side to side with a bent leg. See if that changes how it feels. Again, we can contract and relax, so we can squeeze, hold, big deep breath in, and then breathe out. 10 seconds, then we'll switch legs. Two, one, switch it over. Now we're on the top of the knee on the other side. So again, find the top of the kneecap, start working from side to side. Bend and straighten that leg. So coming up to the first minute on this side. Give about 50 seconds. Again, side to side, heel to bum, contract and relax. Little mini pressure waves up and down, pressure waves side to side. The last 15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Next, ideally, we're going to need our balls for the next part. You can use a double ball as well if you've got a double ball, totally up to you. But now we're going to be doing our gap and smash. Also, if you've got one at hand, you can also use a rolled up towel or a rolled up t-shirt. So if anyone's got like a towel or t-shirt at hand, grab one of those as well. So what we're going to be doing next, if you've got slippy joggers on like me, I would recommend rolling these up. So basically what we're going to be doing is placing the ball between our calf and between our hamstring at the top. We're going to wedge that into place, and our aim is then to pull our heel to the bum. So this is going to mobilize top of the hamstring, it's going to mobilize top of the calf. Also by jamming it between the knee joint, it's also going to start to open up some space in the joint at the top. So we'll do this with the ball at first. We'll do a minute on the inside, a minute on the outside, and if you have a towel or a t-shirt, then I'm going to do a minute or a towel with a t-shirt. So basically, we're going to jab it into place. We're going to pull our heel to the bum. I'd recommend holding onto the ball or putting your hand over the ball so it doesn't fire out the side, smash anything in the house. You can pull that heel to the bum. As I pull the heel to the bum, we can take the foot in, hold it for a couple of seconds, take the foot out. We can then start to move the foot around as well. And this is going to move the muscle, and it's going to start to mobilize in the top. You can also, if you have the ball, to kind of loosen up any fascia or tight areas that we have here, you can also just twist or tack and twist, I call this, into the skin, into the fascia underneath, and that'll loosen up any tightness we have in our fascia layers too. So ball underneath, heel to the bum, jam that into place. 1 minute on the inside, and then we'll take the ball and we'll place it on the outside afterwards. Okay, so clock is going on. Starting now. So a minute on the inside, jam it into place, pull your heel to the bum, put your hand over the ball so it doesn't fire out the side, and then from there, heel to the bum, then you let the heel come out again, keep working it in, and back out, pull it in, we can start moving the foot around. Obviously, the more we pull that heel to the bum, the more this is going to mobilize or fire that ball into the muscle. You can move your foot from side to side, circles. If you need to, pull it in a little bit more. Just be wary if you do have knee pain, don't take it to the point where it's really, really hurting the knee. It should be more mobilization rather than causing us lots of pain. Move the foot up and down, side to side, little circles. Relax, switch sides. So now you can put it on the outside. So again, you put your hand over the ball so it doesn't fire out. Pull the heel to the bum. Oh yeah, there. So again, you might find you're tight on one side and the other. For me, on this outside position, this is so much tighter for me. Anyone else tight to this side? Yeah, and you can see it on the face. Same again, so you can pull the heel into the bum. You can move the foot around. Ooh, this one's taking my breath away. Again, let the heel go, pull it in, start moving the leg in and out. And for the next minute, if you have your towel or t-shirt, I'm going to roll it up like a sausage roll. Grab hold of one of them if you need to. We're now going to place the whole towel or t-shirt under the knee, and then all we're going to do is just pull the heel to the bum. So now this is going to start creating a little bit more space in the front of the kneecap. So it's not going to mobilize it as much, but it is going to open up the knee a little bit more. So again, 1 minute, starting here. So heel to the bum, pull it right in, hold it for 10 seconds or so, relax, pull it back in again. If you want, you can shuffle the bum forward as well. That will open it up even more, or allow you to get the heel close to the bum. Good, relax. Heel in, shuffle the heel to the bum, and hold. Good, and relax. We'll do this one more time, and then we're going to shift sides. Heel to the bum, shuffle the bum in further if we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. So again, we're going to work on the inside first. So fall into the knee. Put your hand over so it doesn't fire out the side. So pulling that heel to the bum. Again, you can shuffle your bum forward as well if that helps. Move the foot around. Back out. Move the ball into a slightly different position. Heel to the bum. Walk the bum in. Move the foot around, see if that's affecting how it feels. So about 10 seconds, then we'll work to the outside. Two, one. Move the ball more to the outside of the leg. Again, trap it with a hand if needed. Ooh, pull heel in. Oh yeah, find that, Ali. Again, if you put your foot down, you can try and shuffle the bum in a little bit more. We can also do our contract and relax. So big deep breath. Squeeze the calf. Hold for 10. And then big deep breath out. And then try and pull that heel a little closer to the bum. So move the foot, side to side, circles, whatever's making you feel it the most. 3, 2, 1. And then to our towel or our t-shirt, whatever you have. Underneath, grab that ankle, shuffle the bum to the heel. Now I'm just going to hold it here and try and create some space, or a bit more space in front of the knee. Relax off, shuffle back in, heel to the bum. Relax off. Let's go again, try and take a little further each time.
Here's your news.
Oops.
From Sky News.
Alexa,
From the Sky News.
we're trying to mobilize here, stop. We've had enough of the news. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so let's go back to a couple of our tests at the beginning. Let's hit a couple of air squats. Let's hit a couple of lunges with our knees. Let's see if we feel any looser around that kneecap area. Going into your lunge position. See how that feels around the knee. Is there anywhere that feels tight still? My calf still feels a bit tight. I could maybe redo that. Other side. Ignore those cracks. Knee around. Cool. And bring it back in. Was anyone particularly tight on any of those mobilizations?
Yeah, top of the knees, at the bottom of the thighs, and then on one side, the back at the very top of the calf, and that's my bad side.
Bad side.
Yeah.
That's probably an area that's super tight for you then, and maybe an area for you to focus on. Say for me, the top of the knee was super tight all the way across, and then for me, the outside of the calf when we trap that ball in.
Mm-hmm.
So just bear in mind again, if you do any of these mobilizations like this class, if you have any tightness on the knee, try and focus on all the areas like around the knee. So into the calf, especially focusing on the inside at the top. This is an area that we tend to miss when we're mobilizing the calves. We always like to focus on the bottom part around the ankle, but up into the top can get really tight too. You can also do this with your thumbs as well, just driving your thumbs into the calf at the top, into your hamstrings. Again, with the hamstrings, not missing behind the knee. We always tend on the hamstrings to focus more kind of near the bum, and then working all the way around the top of that kneecap. Also, if you have really tight calves, quads, they're also great. Try and loosen off as well, because that could be coming from the top of the quad also. Awesome. Any questions on that?
Thanks, Dean.
No problem.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'll hopefully be seeing you all here again next week, maybe even a few more. Awesome. Next week, because we mentioned this last week, we'll maybe have a bit of a focus on our lats, because the week before they were super tight. So we'll spend a little bit more time just trying to loosen up into the top of this arm for it as well. Sound good?
Cheers.
Awesome.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice night.
See you guys.
Cheers then. Thanks.
Everyone.